Tower of Fantasy. Oh my god. Tower of Fantasy and PGR. One Punch Man World. Crunchyroll is losing. Hey, what is up guys? GuitarRock here. Welcome back to another gacha revenue. This is going to be for the month of April. Alright, so we are now at the beginning of the month of May. So plenty of games have came out since then, and plenty of games, you know, that's also shut down ever since. But there's a chance that you don't even know about those games, right? Because if a game shut down, you know, those games aren't as famous. So that's just how it works. But hey, let's talk about the total revenue of the month of April regarding most of the famous gacha games right here that's listed in gacharevenue.com. So, as you can see, total revenue did have a slight increase of over 2.62%, but total downloads of games do increase over the course of April. So, plenty of players are playing gacha games overall. And you can see the biggest revenue increase is not going to be other than AFK Journey. Now that's because AFK Journey was released at the end of March, and then April was like the full extent of full month of it where they could like perform in their best potential. Now, however, the biggest revenue decrease is going to be of Uma Musume right here. As you can see, 82% decrease in revenue from the previous month. I'm guessing there was some sort of celebration of anniversary or some sort, or like a meta character, and then it's like a rest period for the next following month. Usually that's what happens, right? And then One Piece came out in CN server, and of course, a couple of new ones including the Persona 5 gacha game, and of course Astra Knights of Veda. So let's talk about all of these revenue going into it. This video is sponsored by Tokyo Treat and Sakurako. Now if you guys are not aware already, Tokyo Treat and Sakurako are both an authentic snack box exclusively from Japan. Now let's talk about Tokyo Treat first. Tokyo Treat is a monthly pop Japanese snack box where you will get up to 20 of the exclusive limited edition and of course seasonal flavored Japanese snacks, including Japanese instant ramen and drinks. They are only available in Japan for a limited time. Now this month's Tokyo Treat's theme is going to be Ninja Snack Venture. Now I'm a big fan of ninjas in general, and looking at this month's theme just gives me a burst of joy. Now you get to adventure into Japan's most elusive and mysterious world of ninjas, and basically ninja foods and snacks, right? Now as you can see, this month's Tokyo Treat box is packed with full of sneaky surprises of savory and sweet ninja inspired treats. And some of the snacks include the Kit Kat chocolate orange, the spicy ramen noodles, katana candy salt, wow, this thing is pretty big, strawberry dorayaki, and of course the gold Nebuta fresh apple juice. Now Sakurako, on the other hand, is a monthly Japanese artisan snack box that supports local Japanese snack makers, and each box comes with 20 traditional, authentic and artisan Japanese snacks, including Japanese teas and also a special Japanese tableware. Now this month's Sakurako theme is going to be flavors of Hakone. It is inspired by the tranquil lake shores and therapeutic waters of Hakone, which takes place in Kanagawa's breathtaking natural beauty, and you get to indulge in the authentic local flavors that reflect the region's rich culinary heritage. Now some of the snacks for this month in Sakurako's box includes the matcha konjac warabi mochi, the white miso financier, Yokohama chocolate crunch, strawberry milk almonds, and many more. Also, it all pairs perfectly well with the Hakone Story Ryokucha green tea. This month's tableware item is going to be the Marquet tree plate. Now if you guys are interested to purchase either the Tokyo Treat box or the Sakurako box, feel free to use my referral link in the description below, and make sure to use the coupon code GuitarRock for $5 off. Big shout out to Tokyo Treat and Sakurako for sponsoring today's video. Let's jump into the video. Now as always, we'll be checking out every single game on this particular list. However, take all of this with a grain of salt. This only includes the mobile version, alright, Android, iOS. However, even for the CN version of these games like the Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail, Naruto Mobile, specifically the one in the yellow one, we don't really know the true revenue of these games in particular. This is just all going to be an estimate because of how in CN, alright, they don't really allow you to monitor the revenue for Android. Alright, so you can see right here, if you go to the region, right, you can see they are applying this multiplier of the iOS revenue multiplied by 1.75x on Android. So this is not going to be 100% accurate. It might be off sometimes, so take everything you see here with a grain of salt, especially for the CN revenue. But you can see in the month of April we have Genshin Impact at 82 million. That is insane. The highest revenue for the last month. Honkai Star Rail CN is also, performing extremely well at 66 as well. So these are just still a top 2 performers of the gacha space. Alright, Honkai Star Rail and of course Genshin Impact. Now moving on into the global server, you can see Honkai Star Rail outperforms Genshin for the global side of things, 43 versus 36 million US dollars. Now this doesn't take into account on PC version or whatsoever, so hopefully you guys are aware of that. And then we have Naruto Mobile exclusive to the CN region. This game is earning insane earnings. I wonder why they have not yet decided to move this particular IP to global yet, but this is like an insane amount of revenue right here. Love and Dead Space is also getting like an insane amount of gacha revenue with 33 million. Alright, this is like, I don't know how this game is doing so well in CN. That is insane. Alright, JP, the highest performing gacha game right there is going to be Monster Strike on the month of April. So 20 million US dollars. And then we have now Nikke moving into the anniversary. Alright, 1.5 anniversary recently. There's a Modernia skin. And you can see the revenue did jump up. Alright, from 15 to 19 million US dollars. So definitely, is this method working? Does the $60 skin cause them to spike up in 4 million revenue? Who knows? Maybe it's just Crown, but they have the data, so they know what they're doing. So you can see it's definitely an increase right there. And alongside with that, you can see right here AFK Journey. Again, I did mention this game was released on 27th of March. So during the March period, it only has like a 3 to 4 days period before it could get 2.5 million revenue, and then it moved into the April month. Now this is a full month of April at 19 million US dollars, competing neck in neck with Nikke. Alright, that is an extremely insane amount right there. Crazy stuff going on for AFK Journey. Now moving on a little bit lower, we have Puzzle and Dragons from the JP server at 17 million US dollars, and then we have Fate Grand Order 13 million, and then Summoner's War at 11 million US dollars. Now Persona 5 just came out recently for the CN server. I believe there's a CN and then there's a Taiwan, and you can see right here it is doing pretty well. Alright, for the first official launch, doing pretty good. Alright, at 11 million exactly, at 11 million USD. Now Ensemble Stars is a game, otome game. Alright, featuring some of these husbandos, and you can see this game is doing really well in the JP side of things at 9 million USD. Light and Night is also another otome husbando games. Never underestimate the dude games. The dude games, holy moly, they are climbing. Alright, from 5 to 8.25. Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle increasing as well from 7 to 8 million US dollars. Hatsune Miku Colorful Stage did see a slight decrease right there. Alright, still doing very well. Alongside with Heaven Burns Red, very minimal decrease to 6 from 7. Blue Archive JP from 8 to 6, and then we have Uma Musume Pretty Derby right there at 6 million. Now, Astra Knights of Veda. Alright, this game has an unsurmountable amounts of drama that came out alongside with it. Players were not happy about the 50-50. Players were not happy about the Paimon copy of the game. But the game still does surprisingly well at 6 million US dollars. Alright, I would say this is a pretty decent revenue. Now, can they maintain though? That's the problem, right? That's something that we'll have to see throughout. Alright, if they can maintain this amount of cash flow into the game, hopefully slowly improve the game as it goes, then the investment of the 7 years in game development might be able to pay off. Now next up we have Arknight CN. Alright, you can see the previous one was pretty crazy, 19.3. Now it dropped down by a significant margin to 5.5. I'm guessing like it's the end of the anniversary, or I believe there was a collab, something along those lines, right? Reverse 1999 sees a big jump, alright, almost doubled the revenue right there, from 2.7 to 5.5. And then we have Dragon Ball Legends, alright, so doing a drop by half in revenue. JP Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle also divided by half in terms of revenue. Now next up we have Memento Mori, alright, 6 decreased to 4, and then we have Fire Emblem Heroes maintaining a steady 4 million income. One Piece Bounty Rush, alright, is doing a slight decrease as well from 6 to 3.6. Now Epic 7 surprisingly was able to maintain a steady income right here at 3 million. Alright, and then we have Fate Grand Order for the global side of things, 1.9 to 3 million US dollars. One Piece Dream Pointer. Alright, you can see this game just came out in CN recently. It's another One Piece IP gacha game. It was released on 1st of April. So it did have at least one whole entire month to be able to capitalize on this amount. And I would say for a game that just came out, this is relatively on the lower side, especially on the CN server region, right? So not too sure how the direction of this game is going to be, but hopefully, you know, they could basically, hopefully they do better and then bring this game over to global as well. That's what I'm hoping, so we can check it out, right? The Battle Cats, alright, so we have a 2.8 to 2.7 at the JP side. Jujutsu Kaisen is doing steadily fine at 2.5, alright, the revenue does see a slight drop, not too bad. Blue Lock, JP server, 2.5 million. AFK Arena, this is going to be for the global side of things. Alright, seeing a steady pace of $2 million. Alright, I'm guessing like there are some players that move over to AFK Journey, or maybe they played both AFK Arena and AFK Journey, right? Love and Dead Space for the global side. You know, this is going to see a slight decrease right there from 3 to 1.9. And then we have a 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross. I believe this game did have a collaboration recently. Maybe not recently, but about 1 or 2 months ago. So I'm guessing that's what contributes to the increased drop right there, right? Pokemon Masters EX from 3 to 1.7. And then we have Idol Master Cinderella Girls Starlight Stage. So this is also almost decreased by half right there. Final Fantasy War of the Visions. Now we can see right here, this game, you know, did a big jump in revenue from 700k to 1.7 million. Now Blue Archive, this is going to be for global server specifically. Alright, so we did have the collab recently. However, Nexon might have messed it up a little bit, alright, with the maintenance, extended maintenance, and then now you can see, you know, we still have the steady revenue of 1.7, but I'm guessing that some players wanted to spend money, but they couldn't. So it's all going to trickle on into the next month revenue, which is May. So, you know what? It is what it is. We'll see, hopefully, see a slight increase in the May's revenue. But this light in the end, alright, you have 2.7 drop down to 1.6. Final Fantasy 7 Ever Crisis from 2.9 to 1.6. Atelier Wrestlerina JP dropped by almost half. Black Clover M global server is seeing an even more drop, right, from 2 million to 1.6 million. Hopefully they can maintain a steady pace right there. Arknight's JP server, alright, we have this 4 million revenue to 1.6. Another Eden from 900k to 1.5 million. Path to Nowhere, 1.93 to 1.38, very specific amount. Oh, because they are using that 1.7x, and this is a CN server, so multiplier thing. Alright, JP server for One Piece Treasure Cruise at 1.3 million. 7 Deadly Sins JP server 1.3. One Piece Bounty Rush 1.2. Okay, Arzulin is doing pretty well. Alright, it's still maintaining above 1 million revenue. A lot of players are like, oh, 1 million is where you EOS. No. 1 million, I've never seen any 1 million revenue game that EOS. Alright, it's not going to happen. 1 million is a lot of money. Alright, even for today's standard. So KR Persona 5 The Phantom X is earning 1.1. Arknights is still global server, getting that 1 million revenue, and then 1 million revenue the Battle Cats. Alright, now you can see, moving on, we have the JP side of Dragon Ball Legends, Love and Deep Space, Arzulin JP, Princess Connect Redive. All of these are earning around the 1 million to 900k range. Moving on even further, Tower of God New World revenue sliced by half right there from 1.8 million to 900k. One Piece Treasure Cruise 1.6 to 900k. Final Fantasy 7 Ever Crisis 1.1 million to 900k. Limbus Company, slight decrease, not too bad. Hatsune Miku Colorful Stage at, you know, 800k right there. JP Mobile Suit Gundam UC Engage at 800k. Brown Dust 2, alright, is doing the decent chunk of revenue there, slightly below 1 million at 700,000 for the time being. There's still no collaboration, there's still no limited characters yet, so I'm guessing there's just no reason for players to go all in. Now, Bang Dream Girls Band Party. Now, this is specifically divided by half as well, 700,000 right there. And then we have Aestheticus, Final Fantasy Brave Exvius, Ecocalypse, Scarlet Covenant Global Server, and of course Dislight Global Server, all earning around the 700k. Alright, pretty good. Okay, now we are moving into the slightly, almost the 500k territory. Alright, this is where we have all these medium range gacha earnings, right? So we got Puzzle and Dragon, 600,000. Dolphin Wave, 600k. Final Fantasy Wild Divisions here. Grand Summoners. Another Eden, 600k. Guardian Tales at 500k. Devil May Cry Peak of Combat at 500k. Snowbreak at 500,000. Alright, pretty decent right there. Reverse 1999 also, decrease. In the current version, it's just not that many players are going to pull for those characters. And then we have the JP version of Honkai Impact 3rd. Octopath Traveler at 400k alongside with Global and Atelier Wrestlerania. Now Honkai Impact 3rd is not doing well. Alright, this is a pretty... I think this is the lowest I've seen them at. Alright, I've never seen Honkai Impact 3rd go down to below 500k. So this is probably like the lowest I've ever seen them personally. Alright, as far as I can remember, that is pretty insane. Path to Nowhere also doing about 400,000 revenue. And then we have the JP side of Guardian Tales. Tower of Fantasy! Oh my god. Tower of Fantasy and PGR and JP Reverse 1989 are all earning 300,000. Man, I used to think that Tower of Fantasy is like the best game. But then Tower of Fantasy, people were praising the models, people were praising the cars, the vehicles, the mounts, and people were always making fun of Reverse 1999 and Brown Dust 2 for GB. Brown Dust 2 is up here, Reverse 1999 is up here, and Tower of Fantasy is down here. Now what do you GB haters have to say? That GB is superior. Aerosol, 290,000. Okay, Aether Gazer. See, GB haters are winning. You see what I'm saying? Like all of these 3D model characters, Aether Gazer, PGR, Tower of Fantasy. Okay, I know PGR is going through a little bit of a rest period, right? Because they have a good patch previously, so I think most players are resting. Not too aware of what's happening with the other games. Let me know if you guys know, right? Aether Gazer is somewhat maintaining that pace for now. Alright, next up we have Final Fantasy Brave Exvius at 200k. PGR JP is dropping even further. Holy. Octopath Traveler, 190,000 Ensemble Stars. Okay, now we are entering that extremely dangerous territory of where potentially these games might announce a shutdown anytime soon. Alright, below 200k is where you have to start being worried. Alright, especially if you're not self-published. This is where I've seen lots of games announce the EOS, the end of service. And I know players are worried. Any games that are right here, you gotta be worried. Alright, let's talk about it. And counter side. Whew. Review Starlight Relive. D4DJ Groovy Mix. Captain Tsubasa Ace. AFK Arena JP. Okay, that's fine. It's only a JP server. Outer Plane. Oh no, Outer Plane is that low. This is the lowest I've ever seen Outer Plane at 160,000. Then we have Grand Summoners at 140k, Alchemy Stars at 120. You know, the Bang Dream Girls Band Party, the Apocalypse for JP server, and the Blue Lock Project World Champion. This game just came out 23rd of April. Alright, to be fair, alright, it's like a 7-day revenue. 23rd of April, you know, we are May now, so it's like 1 week revenue for 110,000. So, not too sure if this is like, we need to know the full month amount. Alright, so this is not going to be a fair gauge for now. It just came out, but it is a little bit low. I don't see much promotion for that game as well. Legend Clover at 100,000, and now we are entering the territory of below 100k. And the first one that we're seeing right here is One Punch Man World. Crunchyroll is losing. Oh my god, Crunchyroll. This was supposed to be the killer. This was supposed to be the best One Punch Man game ever. What is happening? 90k. Damn. Alright, Danmachi Battle Chronicle, 90k. Girls Frontline, 80k. Girls Frontline JP, 60,000. Neurocloud, 60,000. Danmachi Battle Chronicle Global, 50k. And then we have the Black Clover M for JP side, which is doing extremely bad at 50,000. Nobody cares about the game right there. Extremely sad. And then now we're entering like super low territory of the Alchemy Stars in US server, Artery Gear. Even though this game had collabed recently, I believe, it's still doing like not too good. 30,000. Idly Pride Idol Manager at 19,000. And then we have the Love Life Sif 2 Miracle Life, and then Archland KR, barely 10,000 revenue alongside with Higun and Alice Fiction. Did something happen to Higun? Why is it such a big drop? Wait, April is Higun's anniversary. Why is it only getting 10k? Is there no celebration right there? I have no idea. If there's any Higun players below, feel free to leave your comments. Let me know what happened. What happened to Higun Irutail? So, this is pretty insane. This is pretty crazy, alright? So, I'm gonna be real with you guys. A lot of these games I wasn't expecting to be that low of a revenue. I would say the biggest shocker for me is going to be none other than Tower of Fantasy. I thought like with the recent hype of the version 4.0 trailer and stuff, it would move up. But to see it like so low in the list is just shocking. Alright. Alongside with Aether Gazer and Eversoul. Yeah, none of these games are doing well. So that's too bad. But hey, always remember that next month they could climb back up. So there's always going to be that chance and that hope. And if your game is doing more than 1 million revenue, don't worry about it. Your game is doing just fine. Alright, perfectly fine. Nikke is perfectly fine. Blue Archive is perfectly fine. Brown Dust 2 seems fine to me. So yeah, that's going to be the April's Gacha revenue 2024. Let me know what you guys think. Are you guys excited to see any new games coming in the month of May? So we're gonna have a couple of new titles such as Solo Leveling Arise and also Wuthering Waves. So once that is added to the equation, we might see some rise in Gacha games again. But for now, thanks a lot for tuning in. Thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and give this video a like. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a nice day. Goodbye.